Hey bestie! In today's video, I thought that we could read some local authors. I think it is so important to support indie authors. I recently had a couple opportunities to meet some authors local-ish to me. I thought I would read their books and share them with you so that you can read them. I have 3 books in this video. They are Run Little Killer by Darma, Find Me in the Rain by Schuyler, and Little Do You Know by Laurea. So, I hope you enjoy. Heyo! The lighting in here is kind of bad, so bear with me, but I am 44% of the way through Run Little Killer, and I want to talk about it. This book is about Lennox. She just escaped an insane asylum that she was put in because of something in her past. So now she is on the run, and she's found by these 2 men, Rhett and Nix, in a motorcycle club. So they're taking care of her, trying to get her back to her hometown. This book might be too crazy. And here's the thing, I see the appeal. I could see why people would like it. I'm just not sure this book is for me. I'm not sure that motorcycle club books are books for me. This is the first one I've read. It's very crazy. It's very unhinged. It's a why choose. I'm not against a why choose. That can be fun. It's just crazy. Last night I was reading it. I got to a chapter and I had to be like, that's enough for tonight. I need to go to bed. I've read dark romances before, but I found that I lean more towards dark romantic comedy. Think Lights Out, think Butcher and Blackbird. And it's not that this is super dark, I guess. It's dark, but like, I don't know. I don't really have a good reason that I'm not vibing with it. And it's not that I'm not vibing with it, it's just not. I don't think they're in love. Probably a good thing. There's also not a lot of plot going on, if you know what I mean. We're just going from place to place, and I think eventually we'll find out why Lennon wants to go back to her hometown and face her demons and what put her in the asylum in the first place. But I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts, but I don't know how to lay them. You know what? I'm gonna put a spoiler warning here. So jump to this time if you don't want spoilers. So basically, Rhett and Nix are going to this place. They call them protection runs. I think they ride behind the vehicles that are carrying drugs to protect them or whatever. I don't know. But so they're doing one of these, and this dude comes up and is starting to hit on Lennon. And so she takes his knife from him, stabs him, whatever. Then Rhett comes in and he goes, snaps his neck. And then what do they do but get freaky beside the body? They are fully, she's like, Rhett's sitting in the chair, Lennon is, and then homeboy is in the back putting a knife in her butthole. It's just a lot. This book is maybe just a little much and just not for me. Again, I could see why people would like this. I'm not sure I'm the intended audience, and that's okay. I'm gonna finish it. So I did also just pick up the audiobook today for Find Me in the Rain by Schuyler. I have a special edition copy that does not have the synopsis in it, so I have no idea what it's about. I know she's a single mom. He's a hockey player, and I think it's his kid, but I'm not 100% sure. So I did have a friend who listened to the audiobook and really loved it. So I am looking forward to that. And maybe I can start it today. The main goal is going to be finishing this piece of literature. I finished Run Little Killer last night. So I settled on a 3-star for this book. And my thoughts are kind of the same. I don't think this book was for me, which is fine. I don't objectively think it's a bad book. I think there is an audience for this book, and I am not that audience. I feel like there was not a lot of plot, I guess you could say. They were kind of just going from one place to another. Lennon, our FMC, had a lot of stuff going on in her past that we find out about, and it's very horrific, very tragic. And then we find out stuff about Nix's past, and I thought that Nix's past had a lot of depth to it, Whereas when we learn about Rhett's past, it's kind of built up the whole book of what happened to this girl named Tessa. But then when we hear about it, it's kind of just like, feels like it fell flat to me because it was like so hyped up the entire book, or like brought up so many times throughout the book. That was like one thing that I didn't love. I don't know. This might be kind of like wild for me to say, but I wish she like would have gotten caught by the police. At like some point to create some tension. Everything felt just very like one note. There was stuff going on, there was like conflict, but it was so easily resolved that I wish there would have been a scene where the cops almost caught her, or caught her and she escaped out of the back of the car. Something to create more tension and a little bit more craziness going on. So if you like really dark and unhinged romances with no plot, I would recommend, I guess. Definitely check your trigger warnings with this book. There is some graphic on-page content. I think that yesterday I talked about having the audiobook for Find Me in the Rain by Prue Schuyler. So I hope to start this kind of soon today, potentially. The words are really big. I'm reading this, and then physically / on my Kindle, the next one I'm going to read is Little Do You Know by Laurea Matthews. I believe this is the first book in the Bad at Love duology. I recently read Cold as Ice by Laurea Matthews. That has been her newest release, and I loved it. So I have very high expectations for this book. I do believe that it is a football romance. I have not read a football romance, so I'm very excited to start this. Matches my nails, so hopefully I can get a chunk of this read today. I have to go to class, so we'll make this snappy, but I am 54% through Find Me in the Rain by Prue Schuyler. I have been listening to it on audio, and I'm enjoying it so far. Basically, the premise is that Laura is a single mom. Her and Jack dated in the past, and he abandoned her when she got pregnant with their son. So it is them reconnecting. It is giving a little bit of Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is a slay. Love that book. There's this nightclub that they go to and that Laura works for. I really like that. I don't know, that is just like a cool aspect. I don't know, it's been engaging, it's been fun, it's been funky fresh. So far, do I think it's a 5-star? No, but definitely like a 4, 4.5. I'm vibing. I've had no like real issues with it or anything. I have read another book by Prue Schuyler. I read Your Masked Valentine, which is a hockey stalker dark rom-com kind of thing. I will say I am liking this book better than I liked that. I maybe should have bought the whole series when I saw her, but like it's fine. Yep, that's all I have to say, so I gotta go to class. I finished Find Me in the Rain whilst at work. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I really liked it. The ending kind of made me want to cry. So, like, that was not super cool. Okay, here are kind of my thoughts. So, he's on the Nighthawks, and they're kind of doing this thing where they're visiting all the players' hometowns, you know? And so they go to visit his hometown, which is where she lives, but it feels like they were there for a very long time, and it kind of just seems like everything was pretty easy, like there wasn't really conflict until the very end, and even then it wasn't between the couple, like there was no fighting after the kind of big thing, like after he finds out about their son Jack, it just is kind of like, okay, and then they're like down each other's throats and pants. But I don't know, I enjoyed it overall. I think it said it kind of gives me Reckless by Elsie Silver vibes. I still stand by that. I think that if you're looking for a hockey romance, definitely give this one a try if you like Icebreaker, if you liked any of those, or just hockey romance in general. I would definitely recommend this book. It is part of a series. I think there's 4 other books in a novella, ? So I will definitely be picking those up. I'm just not sure it's a priority right now, but I did really enjoy the book, and I liked the couple, and I liked Jack. I liked kind of the found family we were given, which I think will continue to grow in the books. Those are kind of my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on Find Me in the Rain. What is up, my baddies? It's like literally a week later. I don't know. Finally, I'm halfway through Little Do You Know by Laurea Matthews. I don't know why it's taking me so long to read this book. I fear I'm in a little bit of a physical book reading slump. And it's not that I'm not enjoying this book. Like, I very much am enjoying this book. Like, I just, like, want to jump around in a circle and go, like, when I'm reading this book. So, like, I'm having a good time. It's just taking me a fat minute to, like, get through. But overall, I am really enjoying this book. I feel like the tension was broken kind of early, and it was kind of a little bit easy of, like, I like you, girl. So right now their relationship is a bit of a secret, and Sebastian has a big secret he's holding from, I think her name's Thalia, Thalia, a big secret he's keeping from her that I think is really going to do some harm when she finds out. So yeah, I mean, we have 50% of the book still, dog, so a lot can happen then. But I don't know, I'm excited. What is up, my guy? I swear to God, after 2 weeks, I finished Little Do You Know by Laurea Matthews. I gave this a 3.5 star. I liked this book, but I liked Cold as Ice by her better. I think this was her first book, and it does feel a little bit like a first book, but it's fine. I felt like it was like a bit too long, and it's like 400 pages, but I felt like it was a bit too long, and it was a bit too back and forth, like, are they together, aren't they together? I think also the tension was broken a little bit early. I think it was around the 30% mark. I think if we could have pushed that tension breaking back a little bit more, we could have had a little bit less back and forth, which would have been nice. It kind of felt like, if you guys have read the After books or seen the After movies where Hardin and Tess are very back and forth, like it felt like that, but not in like that cringy After way, not in like a like, oh, they're toxic for each other kind of way. But it was very back and forth, like, are they together, aren't they together? It took a while for them to, like, come together and just talk, you know? And I was scared that they weren't going to get a happy ending at the end of this book, but they do, which I'm kind of confused about, because I think the back of the next book says that they're not together, so what? Anyway, I really liked Owen and Blake. Owen is our FMC's brother, and Blake is her best friend, and I really liked their relationship. Like, I wish like we would get a book on them, but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad to be done with it. Like, I have no idea why it took me such an ungodly long time to finish it, but I would recommend this book. Like, I do think overall it is a good book. I don't know. It's not the best book I've ever read. Definitely not the worst, okay? It just felt very middle of the road to me. Like, it was solid. To recap, in this video, I read Run Little Killer by Darma, which I did not like. And then I read Find Me in the Rain by Schuyler, and I did like. I gave that 4.5 stars. And then I read Little Do You Know by Laurea Matthews. So, I think that I had a great time, okay? I think that if there's any author events around you, you should definitely go. I met Darma at just, like, at the bookstore. She was doing a signing, and Prue and Laurea I met at a hockey romance event. But yeah, I think you should definitely go meet your local authors and support them. Support indie authors in general because they are writing some quality, hard-hitting books. They are writing such great caliber books and books that you might not hear about or think about otherwise. And I love it. I love these authors, you know, and it really helps you like humanize authors. Like these are real people that you've met and they're so kind and so sweet. That's all I have to say. So I think you should definitely check out any of the authors mentioned in this video. I will also have a list of other indie authors in the description below, as well as some of their books. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this video because I do have more indie author books and local author books that I could read. And let me know if you have read any indie authors or any authors local to you and what those books were. I would love to go support them as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you made it this far in the video. I really, truly, deeply appreciate it. And make sure to check out my channel for more types of book content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Love you!